Welcome to the Perpetual Backlog Podcast, the gaming podcast catered for you to listen and get through that pesky backlog of yours. With hosts like Aqua, I have no idea what I'm doing, Dalit Duskwhite,
come for the games, stay for my friends trying to kill me with their horrible puns,
and Leek Whipple.
Hey, this is Leek coming at you with a funny one-liner that I've been ordered to record, but the joke is I can't think of anything, so yeah, finger guns, pew pew, totally cool.
I beat 2 video games this week.
Beat 2 video games.
Oh
Yes.
my, we were busy.
Yes. One of those being Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, he's only gone and done it.
Yeah, well, he did it. I did it, finally. I didn't fully complete out that final area. I just kind of zerked the storyline. But
At least at this point, you can talk about it.
oh yeah. I mean, I pretty much already knew what happened in the game, pretty much. Boy, was that final fight kind of not the final fight, because fighting Shimura was actually pretty cool. The fight against fucking Koten Khan was kind of disappointing, actually.
Same?
Because he goes from being a boss battle to just being one of the ads, pretty much. He even loses his health bar in the second part of the fight. So I'm just like, this makes no sense.
I kind of dumpstered him.
Yeah, I mean, you can. You just get you just do ghost dance and you just dumpster him.
Oh, straight. I didn't even do that. I just legitimately, I just kind of, he kept throwing men at me and I kept one-shotting them. I moved on and then he just suddenly died.
Yeah, no. Ghost dance literally makes anything in that game trivial. It's kind of dumb. But yeah, I did it finally. And the other game that I beat was I completed the whole story of Outriders.
Whole story.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, it's oh my god, it's if you're just zerging through the story, you can get it done in 4 hours.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, it's very short, very easy. You just strap it on World Tier 1, do nothing but the story quests, and you get there. Like, I didn't have the idea of doing that until I was playing it last night with 2 of my friends. I wasn't actually playing it with them, but they were on PC and I'm on PlayStation, and I'll get into that in a little bit. You literally just throw it on World Tier 1, and you can just zerg through the story. It took them 4.5 to 5 hours to beat the game fully from beginning to end. So, they also skip cutscenes. So, it would take probably about 7 to 8 hours with cutscenes.
Fair enough.
I got to World Tier 10, and then that's when I dropped it down to 1, and then went through the rest of the story. Because I was like, there's no point in me playing the full game at like a super high world tier. It being like extremely difficult, and the story not being that good in general. So there's not like a sense of accomplishment within there, because it's not the story doesn't reward you enough.
Oh.
With it being a good story to warrant like me being okay, well, I'll take the little bit of a difficulty spike. But the game's fun. The gameplay loop is actually ridiculously fun throughout the whole entire
That's
game.
good. That's good to know. I was umming and ahhing about it.
Yeah.
Like Borderlands fun, or like some other
Which
shooter
Borderlands?
Well, to be fair, I get the same enjoyment out of all of them, which is shoot, baddie, pop head, get pretty new gun, use pretty new gun.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a mix between like Borderlands 2 and 3. About how fun it would be. It's.
I now understand that question.
Yeah.
Because I guess I did enjoy 2 more than 3.
Yeah, it's really good. There's some problems with the game. One being, man, that like I can't stress you how much that story does not make any bit of sense in like the later half.
Oh no.
Like shit just happens,
Yeah.
just to happen. And it's so fucking weird. At the end, I was just like, I don't even understand what the fuck is going on anymore. So it's poorly written, and the script for it is, it, you know, in those parts where it's like, oh man, if they leaned into like the whole like super funny shit,
Yeah.
or whatever, it doesn't do that.
No,
Yeah.
wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the best bits. That's
Yeah.
a pity.
Wasted opportunity.
There's a couple of parts that are like kind of funny like that, but it's not. If they would have like full on leaned into it through like the whole entire script or whatever, that would have made it like worth maybe keeping the world difficulty up a little bit. What else? So my major problem with it, and the reason why I'm actually moved on to another game already, and not like grinding end game, is the crossplay does not work at all. So I can't play. I can't play with anybody on PC at the moment. It's like super bugged out. It doesn't work.
Oh, that's awful. That's one of the main selling points for me.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, and it's really weird to see this in the full retail game after we were able to play more or less without problem in the demo.
And the biggest problem with that, I think, is that the demo is an older build of the game, because they had to patch in things that were in the main game into the demo. Like they patched in the motion blur option, they patched in the camera shaky option into the demo. Which that was already in the full game. But they haven't really explained what the problem is. They just know that there's a problem between PC players and console players at the moment, that they can't connect to each other. Like you'll get in a lobby with somebody, but as soon as you guys start to do something, one of the people, which is mainly the console player, will get kicked. And that's been the problem the whole entire time it's been out. There's been some server instability, but that's like with any multiplayer game, like that. There's always server instability, but the servers seem to be pretty good right now. But yeah, I didn't get to play with Ethos the day it came out because there was that whole problem. I was on his stream, his whole entire stream though, and we were just playing alongside with each other. But yeah, it's that's why I'm not touching the end game just yet. I'm gonna wait until there's crossplay, because all of my other friends play on PC. So I'm not. I don't have anybody to do and the end game, from what I hear, is really good. It's these super hard difficulty, like Diablo style Rift expeditions.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty good, and they're like actually very difficult. I was stuck on World Tier 9 for about half of my game time, because as soon as I hit World Tier 9, stuff started murdering me, and then I got up to like a certain level of firepower and anomaly power, and I was able to actually push myself to World Tier 10. After I hit 10, nice. I dropped it down, and I was like, I'm just going to finish this game. There's still a bunch of other stuff I need to do in the game, there's a couple of quests and everything that I skipped to finish the game last night. But I definitely, it's hard for me to say I recommend it, just due to the problems that there are with it right now. Mainly if you're wanting to do crossplay. It's definitely not something you want to pay for if you want to do crossplay, because you can't. But it feels a lot better than Destiny when it came out. So, actually, it's a lot better than Destiny right now, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I was umming and ahhing about it. How much is it on PS4?
Oh, it's $60.
Okay,
it's a full game. It's a full game.
Yeah, all right. No, I'll wait till sales. Sorry,
yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, it's fine. Like I said, I'm just waiting for them to fix the crossplay, which should be sometime this week, hopefully. They haven't really updated. They said it was their highest priority, but they've also done 12 billion other fixes over the weekend. So there hasn't been any more updates on what actually is the problem with it. So that's unfortunate, but I did enjoy my time playing it. Yeah, and like Ghost of Tsushima, it's been out for almost a year already, so I'm pretty sure everybody else knows how Ghost of Tsushima is. It's probably one of the best looking games on the PlayStation 4, and it makes it even better on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the games of the generation for certain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and to think when it was first announced, they made fun of that poor guy that played the shakuhachi on stage just because.
Oh.
To be fair, it was a pretty poor demonstration. He was excellent.
Yes.
But the actual getting the point.
But they focused on that guy though, even though he's a professionally trained shakuhachi player.
Yeah, well, people are dumb.
Anyway, that game's amazing.
Oof, so good.
And I'll load it back up at some point in time to like finish out that area. I did. So I have Atelier Ryza on my PC. And I have it downloaded and everything, and I was gonna play it on my PC. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'll try it out and get it for my PlayStation 5. Whatever. And like start over my file and all that stuff, because I don't really remember like the story, and it's been out for like 2 years already. And which I'm still more enjoying playing it on the PS5 than I am on my PC, because I have to go through a bunch of different like loops to get it to work right on PC. Even though PC is definitely like around 60 frames, but the PlayStation version is definitely locked at 30. Still runs really well, but I'm starting that so I can get through that. I literally bought everything for Ryza, so I've gotten like all the DLC, all the extra shit that comes with it.
Which I hear is a considerable amount.
It is. It's actually a lot. And I'll get through that and then move on to Ryza 2 at some point. I literally just started it like 2 to 3 hours ago, so that's all I did this week.
Busy man.
Yeah, actually beat 2 games. That's a record for me.
That's very good.
Conflagrations.
Yeah.
It's more than me.
Well, this is not 14. No conflag here.
I just played through Subnautica. I'm just playing through that. It's pretty.
How are you finding it?
It's daunting, as in like when you start, you literally have nothing, and you have to try and scrape together lots of things, because you're salvaging a wreck of a ship and all the pieces surrounding it, and trying to make do with the natural habitat and stuff like that. But it's pretty. It's very pretty as well. I actually just sat on my escape pod just watching the moon go by. Very, very nice. But yeah, I got beaten by an angry fish. That was fun.
You got what by a what?
I got beat up by a very angry fish, okay? Don't judge. He was very angry and red and spiky.
Did this fish put on boxing gloves to beat you up? What do you mean you got
it just freaking... It had these huge eyes. It was just like... just charged at me. I was like, no, buddy, I just looking. I'm so sorry.
Remember,
looks like you fucked up.
Remember, once you defeat this fish, there's always a bigger fish.
Oh yeah, there is. Yes, there is. So yeah, I made I made flashlights. What am I trying to do next? I'm trying to fix up my stuff that I need to make more tools with. It just goes on and on. I'm gonna avoid that fucking fish though. I don't know what side of the bed he got out of. Jesus, I was just swinging by. I wasn't really gonna do anything to it.
He's like, "How dare you be in my territory? This is my water."
I was shooketh.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought about playing Subnautica, but then I'm just like, usually those games aren't like for me, so I like watching people play Subnautica though. pretty
Shame I
funny.
can't stream right now.
The panicked
I would do it.
flailing of underwater.
Oh,
Yes.
there are plenty. There are plenty of panic flailings.
Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away!
It's a shame I can't really stream right now because I would totally do that.
I think that'd be a fun stream to watch.
Yes.
Can't wait for the time when you can.
That'd be
I mean, I
amazing.
could try. It's PS4, but my internet's being wobbly. So,
That's fair.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what I did.
Well, I decided to give Melty Blood a shot.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a new game coming out, so I figured. For the time being, Melty Blood Actress Again Current Code, what a mouthful, is out on Steam. So give support to the devs. French Bread makes a couple of games that I like. But don't play it on Steam. Don't do that. No, buy it on Steam to support the devs and play the community cracked version because it's just better and has rollback. So, I mean, I've been a part of the FGC for a long time. And I'm familiar with the memes that come with Melty Blood. I mean, Aqua, you play how many fighting games and even you know the memes. This is the bathroom game. This is the tournament. This is the bathroom tournament. This is the always a side tournament, never the main game. It's treated so poor.
See, it's on the Switch, right?
Maybe I'm playing it on PC.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's on the Switch because I mean
The new one's coming out on the Switch for sure.
Well, that's the real way to play it because then you can actually play it while you're in the bathroom instead of actually just dragging it in your PC or your PlayStation.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, funny enough, this game's amazing. For coming out in 2008, the version that I'm playing, it's really good. I mean, I guess that shouldn't really surprise anyone who plays fighting games. A lot of the older fighting games really do, honestly, still hold. It looks a bit rough, but that's it. Like, it plays smooth.
So what's this one called that you were playing?
So the one I'm currently playing is Melty Blood Actress Again Current Code.
So can I ask a question? Why are
I'm not going to have an answer.
Why are
but yeah.
all anime fighters named this off the wall fucking batshit stuff? Except even Guilty Gear has weird names.
The answer to the question is I don't know. I don't. Eunice is the same way. Under Night in Birth. Fucking something clear. I don't know why they name it these things. I just play the games.
Spoken rule. It must be. It's an unspoken rule that when you make these titles,
it's like
you gotta...
it's like why do those weird light novel names exist? Do you love your mother and her two-handed great sword technique or something?
Oh. Do you love your mom? Yeah. Do you love your mother?
And you know what?
Overpowered two-handed sword technique, yeah.
And you know what? People fucking remember those names. So, you know, it's like one of those badge of honor shit.
It's just one of those names. I mean, realistically, no one remembers these names of the game. It's Melty Blood. And it's Eunice. Or it's Undernight. Or it's Uni. Mm-hmm. It's no one remembers this. If I didn't have this written down, I wouldn't remember this. But anyways, I've been giving it a go, and it's genuinely a good time. I've been playing a lot of fairly complicated fighters play. So it's nice for this game to be as easy as it is. Like, I'm not saying Street Fighter is complicated, but Tekken's actually surprisingly complex. Just because of how much you have to know to get anything done in that game. This game's super simple. It's an anime fighter. It's bare bones-ish. It's got at least a very simple system that's super easy to get into. If you've played any anime fighter before, you'll be at home pretty quickly. And I played a bit of Eunice, so like the most difficult concept I think I've run into so far is reverse beats. And because I played Eunice, for me, that wasn't difficult to get my head around at all. But like I say, it's an anime fighter. It's a Type Moon fighter, which means it's based on a visual novel. It's based on Tsukihime. I have never watched or played or understand Tsukihime. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Melty Blood?
I just picked... Yeah.
It's based off Tsukihime?
So I just picked... Apparently.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, no. I've already chosen my favorite character.
I hate it so much. She chose Neko Arc, because of course she did. So okay, well let's get to this because there are about 30-ish characters in this game, but that's completely unimportant because realistically there are 15 characters in this game. Uh, how we get to 30 is there are team characters. There's like 3 team characters, two characters that are on the roster making up a new character. And like Akia has like 3 different variants of herself. Ark has 3 different variants of herself. Shikitono has 2 variants of himself. Len has 2 variants of herself. Look, whatever. If you don't care about any of this, and let me tell you, I don't care about any of it. You pick the coolest looking character. So for me, Ryogi Shiki, and you press buttons, and it's stupid simple. There's a system a la, I think it was Mortal Kombat 10 had the variation system where no matter what character you pick, there's like 3 versions of them. Whatever. Pick a cool character, pick a moon. It's like a 3-button fighter. You have A, B, C. There are other buttons. You do not need them to have a good time. I literally learned basic combos, doing 30 to 40 damage, having a blast. It's very quick too. So, I mean, I enjoy it. When I'm not playing Shiki, I play Oko, and I just set up orb fortresses and slow the game down and win. It's a good time.
Nice.
I'm the worst. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. I think this game gets a bad rap. I would imagine it gets a really bad rap because, no lie, Street Fighter 4 era gamers in the FGC were toxic as hell. And if you weren't playing Street Fighter 4, you were apparently playing a worse game.
Yeah.
So they were wrong. Street Fighter 4 was amazing, don't get me wrong. This game, also very good. It's got a lot of similarities to Under Night. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Under Night. I think I prefer this one because it's just really stupid simple, and there is so much information out there for this game because it's so old. But yeah, that's kind of what I did over the weekend when I wasn't working on my my mixes.
Mixes.
It's a good time. Get beat up, beat other people up.
Yeah.
Have fun. Play fighting games, folks.
Want to? I want to.
Honestly, your computer could run this.
Oh really?
Not
Okay.
a problem. Your
That's what I'm
computer could
doing.
absolutely run
Oh
this.
yeah, that's what I like to hear.
To be fair, I think most computers can easily run like 2D.
I think a computer
anime
from
fighters.
1990 could run this personally, but that's just me.
Cool. No, this is good news. Good news. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that.
I will help you set it up later.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, she could probably run cross tag.
I think so. I don't honestly. I don't think these games are so demanding that she can run it. This is fair. I wouldn't want to play cross tag over Melty. Melty's rollback is just better than cross tag.
Well, you know what Melty doesn't have?
Ruby characters.
Ruby characters.
This is fair. I do
Oh,
miss
man.
Weiss a bit. I'll be honest.
I always miss Weiss. Weiss is so good. All right. Well, that's it. We don't have any questions this week, so that means we can roll straight into the news.
Hey,
I have Outriders sitting up there because I was going to talk about Outriders, but like since I've already talked about Outriders, we're going to skip that. Next, though, we do have Kingdom Hearts got released on the Epic Game Store this week. And when they released it, they were like, hey, all these games are 20% off.
yay!
But people pre-ordered it before that. So they paid
Boo!
so they paid full price.
Oh no.
Boo!
Yeah. So don't pre-order games, people. From
I-
Epic Game Store, that is. Don't pre-order
I
games
mean,
from
so
Epic.
this is a really weird thing for me to sit and argue on because the logical response is, why are you pre-ordering a game that is digital? You don't need to. You legitimately do not need to. But I refuse to blame the people who paid $60 for this game that they like
No, yeah.
and then had Epic on day one screw them out of $20. Like
Yep.
this is ridiculous.
I saw that and I was like, oh, come on, man. Why?
Yeah, I mean, I understand pre-ordering if they give you extra stuff with the bundle.
I mean,
But-
they don't. but
oh.
no, I mean you don't.
No, there's no reason to pre-order.
There's
this
nothing
game.
to get. There's nothing to get extra with Kingdom Hearts. Everything
Oh.
already comes packaged within like because you have the 1.5 HD remix, you have the 2.5. Actually, I think those are all packaged in the 1.5 and 2.5. I think that's all one purchase, and then you.
Oh, is it really? Because that would change my opinion on the pricing.
I think
1 and 2 together.
I'm not 100% certain. I
Neither
don't.
am I.
I have no inclination to buy Kingdom Hearts off Epic Game Store, and I guess I'll never play it on PC if it never comes off of Epic Game Store. But I'm not the Kingdom Hearts fan that I once was before, so I don't ever really care. But,
Punished Aqua.
Yeah, punished Aqua. But it's you either get 1.5 and then 2.5 and then 0. And like the 2.8 is definitely separate, and
Yeah.
then there's KH3, but KH3 automatically comes bundled with the Remind DLC, and then
Also, it should be noted because this is actually a good deal. You get a small amount of time of Disney Plus. I think it's a month. It might be 3 months.
oh, you do?
You do. It's
Okay,
it's
that's actually a really good deal.
actually it's actually a really
you
good
do
deal.
get
I'm
some-
super impressed.
Okay, no, that's good. That's a good deal.
But the release of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 was the scummy bit, and that's.
Oh.
I mean, you shouldn't honestly. You should have pre-ordered it. I don't know what you're pre-ordering this for, other than hype, and hype often comes back to bite you. But I also cannot blame Epic Game Store knowing how many people pre-ordered this on day one, having a sale and not having that be retroactive to pre-orders is bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this
They
was
know
a
what
chance
they
for a lot
did.
of good. Yeah, of course they do.
They
This was a
know.
lot of good faith that could have been garnered, and now we're going to talk badly about you.
Yeah.
Oh, and then obviously, Melody of Memories is, it's separate.
Oh, I
game on
forget
there
that
as well.
exists.
Yeah, I still haven't played that game. Still probably won't, but
I kind of want to, because if there's one thing that I'm never going to hate about Kingdom Hearts,
it's music.
it's
yeah.
the music.
Well, so the unfortunate thing about that is that they shafted KH3 a lot in that game.
In Melodies of
Melody of Memories. There's barely any songs from KH3 on there.
I'm genuinely not surprised to hear this, actually.
So I think there's like maybe 5 songs from KH3. Everything else is KH1 and 2.
As long as KH1 is in there, I'm fine.
But yeah, people have already started modding the hell out of Kingdom Hearts games.
Excellent. I genuinely cannot wait to see what happens. I've already seen randomizers be done with emulation, and it was really difficult because you're doing like 2 levels of tinkering at that point. Now that they have like direct access, I think we're going to see a lot of very interesting things happen. And I don't even mean like the kind of gray area legality stuff. I mean like genuinely some fun things are going to happen in the Kingdom Hearts community, I believe.
Yeah. Earlier today, KZ tweeted that he wanted somebody from the modding community to mod out a certain move, a certain innate move out of Sora's kit, and I forget. It's called like it's called like Skyward something. I think it's one of the just one of the like the basic combo moves or whatever, and one of the guys that actually is like known for like breaking the older Cage games and like going into out of bounds areas and like finding like different shit within the older Cage games. He sent him a mega file, and he was like, Casey was like, I don't know if I trust this, because the thing says for my very special friend KZ. He's like, as quick as this had got done, I don't know if I trust this. So I'm assuming it might have actually been like, you know, him modding out that, or he might have like modded something into the game to like fuck with them. But yeah, no, there are people already like going ham on mods, so it's pretty nice.
Neat.
If it comes to Steam, I might buy it, but if not, then I guess I'll just never have Kingdom Hearts on PC. Next, we reported a couple weeks ago that Sony Japan Studios was being dissolved and then absorbed into Team Asobi. Turns out a lot of the people that worked for Sony Japan Studio is actually just going to straight up leave Sony in general due to this restructuring. Instead of just like staying with Team Asobi, and it's kind of interesting to see that happen.
I mean, no argument here. This is. I wish we knew why they felt inclined to do this, because then maybe we would have a better idea of what's actually happening. But from the outside, it's just we decided to downsize, and a lot of people weren't okay with that and are now walking away after pretty hefty times at the company.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of the devs in Sony Japan Studios are most likely really good developers. Because even though they don't there's not been a game that really has come from Sony Japan Studios. It's all been like collaborations. They're still attached to some of the best games that have happened in the past decade. So I'm wondering if like some of the devs there are just like, maybe we should move on to another studio that we can actually like create a video game, or because who knows what they're gonna be doing at Team Asobi. Obviously, the last thing that they just came out with was the Astro's Playroom, and it was really good. Which Astro's Playroom is really good. It's just we don't know what they're doing after that. So like maybe they're just going to be Sony Japan Studio number 2, where they just do a bunch of collabs instead of actually developing their own games. And maybe some developers wanted to move on to different things. Who knows though? It'll be interesting to see where they all go. Leak, you said some of them are like already making a video game. They're like already working on a project.
Oh yeah, it's mentioned at the bottom of the article that you linked.
Is it?
Mm.
Oh, I have to scroll.
Yep, I believe the name is Boca Studios. And they plan on. They're all ready to work on a horror production of some kind. So
Yes.
look forward to that.
Yeah, Bokeh Studios. Yeah. Psychological horror title. So, not just a horror title, psychological. So that'll be nice. We don't have too many. We don't have too many we don't have too many horror games literally, cuz like I mean, we have Resident Evil, but
yeah, we have the big names.
But those are less horror now. Actually, I mean, 7's pretty horror, but
it's gotten into a different sort of horror. And Resident Evil wasn't ever psychological horror. It was more traditional in its aspect. Silent Hill, rather, would have been the psychological one.
Yes.
I don't know about Medium. I kind of just assumed Medium was going to be very similar to Silent Hill, but I never got a chance, and people have been speaking very poorly about not the story, but how the game runs due to the nature of the systems.
Yeah.
So,
even Gravity Rush character designer has left, and senior producer Kentaro.
Yeah, we got that Phasmophobia game that people are playing, but there's like more jump scare rather than.
Yeah.
But it is listed as an online co-op psychological horror. That was one everyone was playing last year, and a bit of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got Dead by Daylight. That's not really. That's more like.
That's like survival multiplayer.
Yeah, that's not survival.
It's less horror. It's more just.
It's a slasher or a slasher survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on which one you're playing, which part of the asymmetrical gameplay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where all these other devs go, or like character designers go. I'm sure we could use more people over at Monolith to make more character designs for Xenoblade. You know they had so many different character designers on Xenoblade 2.
I can see it.
They had
it's pretty apparent.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
different character designers for each
Yeah.
each different blades. Like even Nomura designed a couple of blades.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm all
And
for
yeah,
that.
and again, it's apparent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's but it makes sense because that's like a very gotcha thing to do, isn't it? Have
Yeah.
guest artists come on
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make sure that the art style doesn't get too
Samey.
Oh,
boring.
yeah.
Samey is the
After,
correct word.
like, I still to this day, although I can see it in the more recent Pokemon, is like they're getting too samey or too boring. Like, there's just one that's just literally a pigeon. So it's like,
Yeah, Pie Dove.
Oh god.
It's just a rock dove,
it just, yeah.
Just a rock dove.
aka a pigeon. But yeah, no, having these artists really does open up and allow for more creativity in the especially the character creation space. But also, there's the other side to this from playing enough of these awful games. Um, not Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2 is fantastic. But you get there are certain character designers you just aren't going to like. Matter of fact, there is one in Xenoblade 2 that I don't care for at all.
Oh,
I forget. It's an ice bunny, and I don't forget it. I don't remember her name.
Oh yeah, I
And
know
boy,
you're
oh
talking
boy,
about, yeah.
she's not turning up on any YouTube videos without getting you demonetized.
you always did the big titty one.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
I know exactly
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
But it's not even just because of her proportions. I mean, obviously, I am fine with that. I'm just not keen on the design, really.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's fair.
Ursa didn't stand out to me too much either, or Ursula rather.
Mm. Mm.
But there are a bunch of others that were like very good.
Next up, we have something that Dot always loves to take part in, which is SGDQ 2021. It's going to be online again this
Yeah.
year due to still restrictions with pandemic stuff.
Yeah, we had a chat about this last week or the week before, where we were pretty certain it was going to be online again, but that has since rather been confirmed to be the case. So do look forward to that. I think the plan is for this to be the last online event, but again, that's going to be heavily dependent on to how this goes. So for now, we get to enjoy all of our favorite games, run very quickly online for a good cause.
I always love watching Kingdom Hearts speedruns.
Yeah, and I watched the individual videos of speedruns from that, and it isn't too bad. It's just like a bunch of people in the same call commenting as they play.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it was still entertaining.
It is the one minor downside for the online versions is just the natural desync that comes with different people and different internet not being able to have these emotions in real time.
Yeah.
But it's always still fun to watch. If you have a game you enjoy, you'll find a speedrun of it. If you have a game you don't enjoy, you might find the speedrun is actually well more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
And as always, these are done for a good cause. I'm actually not sure which charity is being covered this time. It could be Médecins Sans Frontières. It could be the Children's Hospital. We will let you know going forward when I have that information. But it's always to a good cause.
Yes.
Yes.
Next up, they announced that Summer Games Fest 2021 is going to be set for June. So
this is the second year for this, and for the life of me, I can't remember what came of this last year.
I mean, it's just a festival where they announce games, pretty much. It's like kind of like a slight replacement for like E3.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have how many now are going to be online? We've got what's coming up next. Is it the Final Fantasy one?
I mean, we don't have.
Yes.
FanFest.
FanFest will be the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what's after that? Is it the Blizzard one? I don't remember.
The Blizzard one's already happened, hasn't it?
Blizzard one already happened. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm a dumb.
So I think the next one would be E3.
Yes.
It'll be it would be E3, but since we're not going to have E3, it'll be whatever company decides to. I mean, Summer Games Fest is going to be happening in June, which is depending on what time in June will be whenever E3 normally is.
Yeah.
Because E3 is normally like within the first week of June.
Sure.
So, if Summer Games Fest happens in that time frame, then that'll technically be our like kind of E3. But like Sony's got their own stuff that they're probably doing in June or July. Xbox has their own stuff that they're going to be doing in June or July. I know Square Enix has already stated there will be another thing in summer, so that's anywhere between the end of June to August.
Okay.
Is
there going to be a Tokyo Game Show this year?
Most likely. There was one last year, wasn't there? Yeah, there was a Tokyo Game Show last year. Yeah, so most likely.
Yeah. It'll happen sometime in late September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they are starting to do some packs this year. I don't know how much of in-person packs there's going to be, but I know there's going to be some packs. Australia's still doing their packs, I think, if I recall correctly. So we will see. I know we have FanFest next month. Nothing's been announced to be revealed this month. And then starting in June will be our 4-month-long expedition of random video game companies announcing stuff. So
plenty to talk about then.
Yeah, definitely going to be. It's going to be. Honestly, it's probably going to be the summer of hell. There's going to be so many different things. I mean, Nintendo most likely has something coming up in June.
It would stand to reason that the typical people will have something to say around the time that E3 would normally occur.
Yeah. So who knows? Can't wait. I can't wait for FanFest. FanFest falls on my birthday, so fuck yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that. Oh, speaking of which, I know we're gonna be doing something. We should definitely do a recording for the keynote. But Mary is creating his own like virtual like world for FanFest viewing.
Oh, like in VR chat.
Yeah, in VR chat.
Oh, yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So we should probably check that out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
have to download VR chat on Steam. You can still use it without a headset, by the way, folks.
Yeah.
You can do mouse and keyboard.
Oh, I genuinely did not know that. That's actually
yeah.
good to know.
It's actually pretty nice, even the mouse and keyboard. So.
Yeah. You can also like upload your own models, but there is a variation of stuff you can have. You can choose your own too.
Yeah. So.
There are stuff you can pick from.
Yep. And yeah, so we'll definitely be updated on all this new news that's going to be coming out within the next couple of months. Next we have What?
He's woo.
No,
I thought you were like, oh. Fucking A. CDPR acquires the Vancouver game dev studio, Digital Scapes, which we had already been working with CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk, and they also helped do a bunch of other games too, like Mass Effect Andromeda. What was the other one?
I assume it's Andromeda.
Yeah.
So yeah, the now rebranded CD Projekt Red Vancouver worked on like Dying Light, Company of Heroes, Dead Rising. You mentioned Mass Effect, and of course Cyberpunk. It's why they're now being enveloped into the parent company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it'll be nice.
Yeah, so they're obviously going forward, working on any current fixes to Cyberpunk 2077, and likely going to have something to do with the multiplayer, which has not been discarded yet. Apparently, someone had to come out and say, "Yeah, no, this is still happening," because people just assumed.
Yeah. You know, they don't like that. You know, CDPR doesn't like the scrap stuff that they've already said that they're going to do. So we will see. Interested to see what they're going to be doing. All right.
Sure.
Speaking of Melty Blood, a while ago, Melty Blood announced their new game type Lumina this week with a little teaser trailer.
We've seen 4 characters. We've seen it in like a real resolution that people can actually, see things happen for, so that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Melty's good. Play it. The music alone is pretty great. Rhythmical bustle, y'all.
And it's gonna be on Switch, so you can use it in the bathroom.
It's gonna be on everything but PC for the moment, which threw me for a loop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
on PS4, ergo PS5. It'll be on, I think, current Xbox. I don't know about past, but it'll be able to run on the old one anyway. And on Switch. So yeah, you can play it literally anywhere at the moment, except for PC.
All right. Yeah. So I thought this was an April Fool's joke,
Yeah.
but apparently Ubisoft announced that they're making a movie about a video game reviewer who was unlucky in love.
Yes.
I also thought this was a April Fool's Day
I
joke.
had to check. I was like, really? And I was scrolling down the Twitter comments, and people were making, obvious jokes about it. I was like, okay, I'm better check this. So I Googled, and I found a Hollywood Reporter article about it. So it's all confirmed. It is an exclusive article by Hollywood Reporter as well. So basically, Annabelle Seymour, she took part in Ubisoft's Women's Film and Television Fellowship in 2020, and is using the pitch. Basically, she wrote the script based on the pitch that she did, and this is where the movie has come from. Yes. Just a little bit more on the fellowship itself, though. Ubi does this every year. There's what you can apply to enter the next one this year now. I think it's open now. Oh no, is it through till May 14th? That's the online portal is open till. And basically it's aimed at supporting women, non-binary, trans, gender non-conforming, and gender variant people. So it's quite open and diverse for everyone that wants to try out for it.
All encompassing.
Yeah. And let's see, those selected for the fellowship receive a 6-month non-exclusive paid fellowship program where they get access to Ubisoft's IP for film and TV ideas, while they can also pitch original ideas, as what Annabelle Seymour did for this film.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm slightly interested because, like I said, I thought this was a joke. Now I'm just gonna watch this out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah, there's a sense of curiosity that comes with it, right?
Yeah.
This is, I was talking with Aquabit before Leap joined us in the call today. Back when we still weren't 100% certain if this was real.
Yeah.
And we got to talking. At least I said, I don't know if Aqua agreed with me, that this is not typically something I would assume from a Western market. This feels very much like things that have been coming out of Japan for a while.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see a Western take on it. I mean, they could just play it up as a traditional rom-com set in games journalism, which I guess would be not unique to anywhere. But
yeah, it pitches it to be relatable to gamers and non-gamers. So
exactly.
And it is a comedy too, so don't take it seriously. Excuse me.
Hopefully it'll be funny.
Yes, I do hope so as well. Now, I spied at the article that you had linked in our group chat.
Mm-hmm.
It says also at the bottom, Ubisoft is also developing a movie based on senior citizens who are joining the world of esports. I was like, yes, I love
this.
it.
This is what made us think it was a joke.
Yeah, this is exactly why I thought this was an April Fool's Day joke. It's like, what do you mean the next wave of gamers is over 60? I mean, don't get me wrong, there are in fact plenty of gamers over 60. The next wave? This feels like a gotcha.
Dude, I mean, Gaming Grandpa gets a
I
lot of
hope
viewers
it's
on
real,
Twitch,
because I would fucking love to watch that.
To be real, I'm going to be a gamer over 60. I know that already.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I guess
I'm
that's
going to
fair.
be in the old people's home playing D&D. That's going to happen. But no, there are currently a couple of famous elderly gamers that are on YouTube. There's, Skyrim grandma, and there's also really kind and sweet elderly Japanese grandma that plays Cyberpunk and shit. So, yeah.
There's a guy on Twitch named Gaming Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he plays a lot of games.
Damn, they are snatching up all these excellent names. We have to get creative when we're old.
Yeah,
oh gosh, yeah, it's true. So yeah, interesting is all I can say.
Yeah. This is gonna be funny. Hopefully, it'll be funny.
Mhm.
But yeah.
I hope so. I hope so.
So when Dalit linked this earlier, I was like, I needed another reason not to play an Activision Blizzard game.
Yeah.
I needed another reason. Activision hires Francis F. Townsend, a former Bush-era torture apologist, to be their new head of compliance, and then also hires Brian Blutow, a former Trump admin member, as their CFO, which is the chief financial officer. Why?
I don't know. I can't speak to the first name you gave because I forgot to pull up information on him. I'll be honest, that's just my brain fart. But I did pull up information on Brian. First of all, he's kind of been backed by Bobby Kotick in this. Obviously, the boss had to say, "Look, listen, here's our employee. There's going to be some shenanigans."
Yeah.
But there was a statement given, and it was Brian's unparalleled success in the business world and distinguished career as an infantry captain in the U.S. Army make him an excellent addition to our leadership team. And then when it comes to veterans, we recognize and appreciate the expertise and rigor they bring to everything they do. It should also be mentioned that Brian, his previous work, includes being the chief operating officer of the CIA and the Secretary of State for Management at the U.S. Department of State. So the man runs businesses. This is what he does. However, optically, what the fuck, Activision?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what the actual fuck? Like, were you hurting for leadership so badly that you literally picked up one of the people that was going to cause almost exclusively bad press?
This makes me feel really bad because I really want to play Diablo 2 remaster or remake.
Yeah.
And this makes me not want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is like bad press all around.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. We'll just wait and see what happens from this. But it's just
I
it
mean,
feels dirty. It feels dirty.
they're heading like these different like positions that looks like they probably don't have anything to deal with actually making video games. They're just in leader positions. Like one's head of
this is
compliance.
this is clearly just to strengthen their staff, like their actual in-house leadership staff. This isn't to do with the gaming side of things at all.
Yeah.
And this also looks more like okay, well, despite your political beliefs, your resume is actually like, is good.
And they are. It must be said.
It's just
yeah.
There could have been other people.
We live in 2020. Optics matter.
Yeah, exactly. So this probably hurts Activision Blizzard for a little bit, but I think overall it's probably not going to hurt them. It's just I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. I don't like it, but yeah.
But what I don't like, even less, because I hate that. Foxconn admits that there's going to be computer component shortage to at least the second quarter of 2022. So that includes everything within like the consoles and in PC parts as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is big. This is a company that's noted for kind of having the finger on the pulse for knowing this kind of information. And this kind of flies in the face of other reports that have come out saying that we should be wrapping up this shortage pretty soon. We should be like back on track to start recovering. According to Foxconn, that's not the case. And if they're right, 2022 is only next year, but it's still a long time. It's a long ways to go electronically. And this does go beyond gaming. This goes into anything tech related.
Yep.
There are some car manufacturers that this affects because of just the technological level of whatever goes into our cars nowadays.
Yeah, because
Also, I'd imagine like hospitals and whatnot too. They probably because they use a lot of equipment.
Yeah, the shortages will hurt them if like the shortages are actually like no one can get their hands on it. I don't think it hurts them in the same way that it hurts us, obviously,
No,
where
no.
we're just getting screwed over by
They'll
a
probably
bunch
be
of bots
priority,
hoarding.
honestly, not personal use.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is big. This is gonna hurt Microsoft, Sony, Apple
Yeah.
is gonna be
Yep.
hit by this.
Yep.
Like this is a total encompassing of like all things tech being really limited by our shortages.
So hold off on trying to upgrade your computers because they're going to be still expensive.
Yeah, yeah, goddamn. I tried so hard to get any RTX card. It's impossible.
I need a whole fucking computer.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, with the exception of a graphics
held it
card,
in.
is still.
I held this in all the way through when Alka was talking, but inside I was going, ah.
Oh, you poor thing.
Let's be. I mean, I haven't looked at Origin PC in a while. I don't know how much it actually costs to actually buy one of their pre-built computers. I'm still assuming it's like $1,400 to $2,000.
Genuinely, if you know how to put a computer together at all, always buy piecemeal. The only reason to buy a pre-built right now
is because it's less expensive now because your graphics cards and stuff are way more expensive than they need to be.
Well, it's not even that. Quite frankly, like again, I tried to find it. Graphics cards are coming out. Maybe they are $100 more expensive MSRP than they ought to be. But paying the extra 100 isn't the issue. It's literally getting them.
Yeah.
Because anytime there's an announcement,
they're gone.
The way that they're handed out is just always reckless, and no one that needs them gets them. To your point, the upside to getting a pre-built right now is that those companies have graphics cards because they've purchased them for their pre-built computers. Mm-hmm. It's the only surefire way to get one.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
So yeah, should we move on now, please? Please, for my heart, please, let's move on. No, let's go to the next topic. Let's go. Come on, we've got time, people.
According to some new research, I guess mostly based in the UK, loot boxes have been shown to be linked to gambling problems, which I'm pretty sure everybody knew that, other than the people that are fighting against it.
Yeah.
They know. They just don't care.
Yeah.
It was a certain no shit Sherlock moment, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
Like seriously, what is obvious for 1,000?
The new research is commissioned by the Gamble Aware charity. Compiles existing research to examine the strength of links between in-game random prizes and gambling behavior. It found, of the 93% of children who play these video games, up to 40% opened loot boxes. About 5% of gamers generate half the entire revenue for the game boxes. 12 out of 13 studies on the topic have established that unambiguous connections to gambling behavior, and young men are most likely to use loot boxes with young age and lower education correlation in increased users. So, yeah, it's a pretty high percentage.
40% is like really high.
Yeah.
And somehow less than I was expecting there. But this, of course, isn't all users. This was just in what they got back, and I think they were specifically targeting a younger demographic, so they are more difficult to get to spend, because odds are they're not spending their own money. So 40%, frankly, is terrifying.
Oh, yeah. 40% of a big number, period, is just terrifying. And
absolutely.
A lot of people play FIFA, so...
What's interesting, I mean, let's absolutely focus on loot boxes till this issue is gone. But I mean, honestly, the whole game industry has kind of made a move towards like the mindset of gambling. This whole FOMO mindset, which you can't ever get rid of. Like the fear of missing out is just something that is innate to selling a product.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of shenanigans that go down that are questionable and like really hard to legislate for. Loot boxes really shouldn't be one of them. I don't understand how you can sit there and argue that it's not at least gambling adjacent, if not straight up gambling. And let's
Yeah.
be real here, it is everything of gambling, right down to
The
put
pretty
money
lights.
in, maybe don't get anything out. Realistically, the only reason they've been able to get away with this for so long is because technically you always get something. But is that something always worth the money that goes in?
Eh.
That's
Uh,
just one thing. It's just, I'm just a thought.
Speaking of gambling, all right, I started up my uh, PS5 version of Genshin Impact um,
Oh yeah.
like the other day, and I did the first Noel banner, like the one that you get for free. I pulled Kiki out of it.
Kiki?
The,
Oh, Chi-Chi.
or
Yeah.
Chi-Chi, yeah, Chi-Chi, yeah.
Chi-Chi's a good girl.
Yeah, I pulled Chi-Chi out of it. I was like, huh. I was only expecting to get Noel, but okay.
Well, there's your healer set. Kind of.
Yeah. I I'm gonna try and get back into Genshin Impact, but on my PlayStation. So there's actually a PS5 update coming out this month for it,
Yeah, so I've heard.
so everything's gonna
Oh,
be
specifically
nice.
PS5.
Yeah, because it's it's like the PS5 version of it is coming
Oh,
out.
gotcha.
So like
All
it's
right.
getting all of its enhances and everything with it. So
Okay.
but yeah, I can definitely feel the because obviously Genshin Impact is a gacha game, and
Hmm.
people gamble a lot of people use a lot of money on that game.
They generate so much money for every new release. Now
Yeah,
that they've started
12 million
re-rolling,
new release.
now that they've started re-rolling banners, and we're seeing old banners turn up, I'll be curious to see if that continues.
Yeah, this is true. I still think they'll make a shit ton of money from it because everybody's
Oh,
gonna be
sure.
because while it may not be FOMO, uh, people are gonna want it there. That like then at that point in time. So
Yeah. And of course, they will still be putting out new characters, and those new characters will be generating those obtuse money amounts. So,
I wanna start getting back into Genshin like on my PlayStation, and just save up all of my Primo Gems. I'm just like not gonna like I was debating on just like buying some Primo Gems and rolling on Venti because Venti's banners right now, and
Hmm.
I was like I could use Venti on this account because Venti's kind of broken. Um, but I'm just sitting here like, but like I said, I can feel the want to spend money on Genshin as I'm playing
don't
it.
use Sucrose. Sucrose is a good girl. She'll hold out until Ayaka turns up.
I don't have Sucrose. Like I literally just started this account.
Yeah, but she's a 4-star. You're going to like
Yeah,
accidentally get her at some point.
yeah. But like I said, anyway. I'm gonna save up all my Primo Gen so I can get Ayaka.
Yeah.
Because
Should have said Sucrose was a sweet girl. Come on.
oh my god. All right, we're moving on. Loot boxes are bad, people. All right, gambling is bad. 14 had their newest live letter this past week, where they showed the new trailer for the new patch, which is Death Unto Dawn. Really good trailer.
Yes.
They
Yes.
explained everything that's going to be in patch 5.5 and 5.5 Part 2. Which that drop 5.5 Part 1 drops April 13th, along with the PS5 beta for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, anybody can play the PS5 beta at the moment, because all you need to do is just sign up for the free trial.
Hmm.
But obviously, if you want to play like your actual version, you need to have a PlayStation account linked to your Mog Station account. Yeah, that comes out. Trailer looked amazing. Our girl Tiamat gets broken free.
I was
Yeah,
very
I saw that.
excited about that. Very excited. Like, finally. Yeah, Matt, yes.
Yes.
Are you feeling better now, though?
I mean,
Are you okay?
this. No. I hope she still feels horrible. I hope she takes it out on Xenos.
No, she's gonna take it out on Lunar Bahamut because that's the reason why she's getting broken free.
Oh,
That is true. That is why. That's probably why. Because she's had to
no.
watch a fake version of her
Oh, that's
broodmate before.
right.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to do it again.
Oh, that's
And
right.
since
Oh,
This will be the
gosh.
third time she's had to watch Bahamut go on a rampage.
I hope
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
cathartic for her and she gets some closure, okay? That's all I ask.
She was punishing herself because she was the one that helped summon the first primal Bahamut.
Yeah.
And that's why she was being locked up on Az's Law. But now that we already taken care of that first primal Bahamut, and now this new lunar Bahamut comes up, she's like, fuck no.
Yeah.
Nope. I've lived through this twice before, really. Not a third time.
Yeah.
Well, this is great. This is the penultimate story to be told for this arc. There's only one more story after this, and it's the beginning of the next expansion. So
Mhm.
this is going to be like a massive lead up, if not the beginning of the end. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I have so much catch up to do if I ever get the chance.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Ugh.
They showed the new bit of the Near Raid, which looks all white.
Yeah, it's Red Queen.
It's pretty cool. And then they showed the new Bajda area, which I probably should catch up to Bajda at some point.
I need to.
What was the red girl's name? Did Red Girl even have a name? I don't remember.
Red girl and what?
In Nier, it's
Oh.
it's who you saw everyone fighting. It should have just been called the Red Girl. I said Red Queen because I just defaulted to
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Yeah.
But I think
You're all
she's
going
just
to
the
die,
red
you
girl.
know. You're all going to die, you know.
That's the
We're all
one.
going to die down here.
Yes. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, that patch comes out April 13th, and then the part 2 will be sometime towards the end of May. So that'll be nice.
Okay.
I'm going to be hyped because the story is going to be clenching.
Yes.
Ugh. So apparently over 533 million Facebook users' phone number and personal data were leaked in a low-level hacking forum.
Yep.
Over the weekend.
Yep.
So if you use Facebook, you better hope you're not part of that 533 million.
Whoops.
How annoying.
Man.
How annoying.
Why? What is the point? Like, I understand Facebook's not exactly the best company in the world, but like, come on, why?
Yeah, just be aware. If you get weird emails or texts or whatever, just please ignore them.
Yeah, weird emails, texts, any.
Yeah.
And obviously, if nobody answers their telemarketer phone calls anyway. I get them like 4 times a day. It's ridiculous. But yeah. So be on the lookout for that, just in case you were one of the.
Never click on the links. Go to the website directly.
Yep, never do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then next, this was really funny because so I linked this earlier, or no, you linked this earlier, and I was just thinking, somebody on my Twitter like mentioned something about it too, but I finally listened to this earlier, and by God, does that Balan Wonderland's Wonderworld song sound exactly like the Ghostbusters, Steve?
Oh boy.
This was actually originally. So it might have been like, even though this is on Kotaku who that reported it, right? But like actually the people that pointed it out at first was my good friends at Gigaboots. They tweeted about it. They were like, this song sounds exactly like the Ghostbusters theme on their stream or whatever. And then Kotaku was like, goes back and listens to it like, holy shit, it does. And so they made this article for it. So that's like pretty funny. They were talking about how like it's been a while since they've been on a in a Kotaku article. But it's the song sounds like one for one. And a lot of people are thinking that it's paying homage to Ghostbusters because
Yeah, now that you pointed out the title,
yeah,
I think.
it's a firefighter. It's the firefighter theme in Balan Wonderworld, and the Ghostbusters is they're Ghostbusters. They're based in a firehouse in a firefighter house in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's probably them paying homage to it. The song's, as Dalit figured out, the song's owned by Sony. So Square Enix obviously would have probably been like, hey, can we use like most of the song in the song? And they're probably like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Yeah, I just thought that was really funny because I listened to it and I was like, oh my god. Like, this song sounds more like the Ghostbusters theme than Sephiroth's fucking theme sounded like Worlds Collide in Final Fantasy XIV. They used the same piano medley and everything. So I'm just like, but that's actually it. It was actually a pretty slow news week. There were a couple of big things, but like it was pretty slow.
Yeah.
What are you guys planning on doing this week?
I will take revenge on that fucking fish.
Or die trying.
Or die trying.
Spoilers, we're gonna come back this week. Yeah, so I never beat that fish up.
He called his big brother on me.
There's always a bigger
Yeah.
fish.
His big brother's a Leviathan. It's great. Whatever.
What are you gonna be doing? Doll it.
I plan on playing more Melty. I plan on setting it up with Leek's computer and having her beat me up in Melty. Past that, depending on this week, because I'm getting terribly close to my finals for this trimester, or quadmester, whatever semester type I have.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have that to worry about again next week, this time. So this week is probably going to be my last light week before I go full on finals. I'll beat Astros. That's another thing I have to do. And that should take me all of
5 seconds.
hour and a half from now.
Yeah.
So
Didn't
we'll
you say
see.
you wanted to platinum it as well?
Yeah, because up
It's
until
an
this
easy
point,
plat,
I've missed.
from what I've seen.
Yeah, I've missed one item. I don't know which type of thing I'm missing. I think it's one of the puzzle pieces. So at this point, yeah, I might as well. If it's this easy to get through, that's my plan. So yeah, just those two really.
I'm going to play more Atelier Raza because that's going to be my next project. If they ever patch, in the fix for the crossplay connectivity issue in Outriders, I'll definitely be starting to do some endgame stuff in Outriders. Probably going to start buying the components for those for the new mic. This week.
Yes.
Yes.
We will see.
Can't wait to help you set that up.
Yeah, Dollar was coaching Aqua during the week about what to buy and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a good.
I have
I'm gonna get a good
knowledge
mic,
on
guys.
this.
I'm gonna get a good mic. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing this week. But we have something special planned for next episode.
That we do.
Don't we? Do I spoil it?
I know. Do you tell them? Do you make them wait?
Do you give the audience a rise?
Do I give them a rise? All right, just to let everybody know, next week's episode is not going to be our typical episode. We're actually going to forego most of the news unless there's something like very important that comes up within the next week. We're going to have some guests. Won't say who, but it will be an episode you can get a rise out of. So yeah. Yeah, that's all we're gonna have this week. Remember, if you want to ask us any questions, you can email me, email the Perpetual Backlog Podcast at gmail.com email, or you can DM me, or probably any of us, maybe. Who knows?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this week, guys.
Be good, make good decisions.
Have a good week.
Yeah. Wait.
Fuck that fish. Fuck that fish.
Thank you for listening. If you like this content and want to see more, please like, favorite, and subscribe. Links to our Twitters are in the description.